A lot of people have this question about the future of IT jobs or software jobs in India. So whether you are in IT industry or software, or whether you are planning to get into this, here is what you need to understand. Very, very important. First of all, ask a very basic question. What was the reason for IT boom or software boom in India? Okay, if you find out the root cause why there was a boom, then you will figure out why this will change in future, or whether it will change in future or not. So the primary reason why there was IT boom in the last 20, 30 years since the 1990s, why there were so many jobs created, the reason is India had talent, and primarily India was able to provide talent at a very, very low cost. For companies in the US, for the companies in the Western world, Europe, Australia, etc., etc., we had talent at a much lower cost. We had talent which could speak good English. That is what was needed, and that's why a lot of jobs got created in India. Or in other words, a lot of jobs got transferred from these countries to India. Now, what kind of jobs were these? Most of these were like software development services, software testing services, or support services. That's how it got started. And then Indian government made it all possible, or kind of accelerated the entire thing by bringing in the right policies. And that's why you see such a huge infrastructure in India with respect to IT, SEZs and all of that. So it is not just one thing, but a combination of a lot of things which kind of made it happen over the years. So now, is it all going to end? Is it all going to die down? The big bold answer is no. But there is definitely a shift. And you need to understand that shift so that you can plan your moves accordingly. Now, what are those shifts? Number one shift is automation and AI. We have spoken about it in so many videos. A lot of these jobs were actually manually intensive jobs, which means repetitive work. All of that is going to go away. It has already started to go away. So you will see a reduction in those kind of jobs which can be done by some automation like RPA, or which can be like done by AI and all of that. So those jobs will be definitely going down. That is one trend. Second trend is there are other countries, other locations coming up as an alternate option. So now jobs can go to Colombia, jobs can go to Eastern European countries, jobs can go to Mexico, Philippines, Vietnam, so on and so forth. So there are time zone advantages. For companies in the US, Mexico and Colombia are better overlapping with their time zone, right? So they don't need to depend on India entirely. So some jobs are going to go there. So that's the second trend. Third trend is now in these countries like US, for example, or Dubai, for example, locals are demanding that why are our jobs getting outsourced? So now the local government has to work on certain policies which will retain some jobs in their own countries. And that is why not all jobs are going to get outsourced. A lot of those jobs will be retained for the local workers. That is going to be a significant change. And fourth thing is the change of cost in India. As compared to the last 20 years, the cost of labor in India has gone up significantly. And that is why the cost advantage, which was greater in the past, is now not that great. It is still a big difference, but in India, the costs have increased. So these are the trends, these are the shifts that we can clearly observe. And because of which, now what will happen is the kind of jobs that will be outsourced to India will be a little different, which means they will not be manually intensive. Now, if you have to make a career in IT or in software, you need to be prepared to do a lot more complex and a lot more quality work. So if you are somebody who is technically inclined, if you are somebody who is passionate for technology, then yes, you will still have a future. But if you are somebody who was getting into it without any interest in technical stuff, then you will struggle, because those low-end jobs are going to fade away. They are already fading away. So either you have to be really, really technically strong, or B, you have to be a subject matter expert in terms of the business. Or for example, if you are a project manager, then you cannot be a general project manager. You have to be either a functional project manager or a technical project manager, which is a deadly combination, right? So that's why in future, the type of work that we do will change. The volume of work will change. So the volume is definitely going to reduce, but the type of work is also going to change. So if you are interested in IT or software, then you have to have that core interest you have to have that core skill and that expertise, and you need to develop that expertise, and that is what which is going to ensure that you sustain in the long run. Just thinking about surviving with a low end skill is not going to fly. And lastly, remote work culture has also had its own impact, right? So now a lot of jobs which were actually done in the US, because a lot of people from India used to go to US to do that jobs on site. Now those on-site opportunities have also reduced because of remote work. Now the client wants you to sit in India and do those jobs. So that incentive that Indian people used to have, which was of earning more money in the US, that has also got impacted because now those jobs can be done from India. So if you look at it, the entire ecosystem is changing and there are impacts in different pockets. All right. That does not mean that the entire industry is going to go down. That does not mean that everyone will become jobless. But yes, the nature of work is changing, and that's how we need to reskill and upskill to stay relevant and create our own space. All right, I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think about it in comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll see you in another video soon. Take care and bye for now.